There was.
Okay, so you don't read the 2019, I'm looking again on page 88, I'm just baffled by your argument in light of this sentence. Additionally, to provide a better understanding of the appeal of flavors to adults, FDA recommends examining adult appeal of such flavors in their decisions to initiate use, cease use of more harmful products, or dual use. So the FDA is telling you not just flavors to youth, but help us understand your argument that there's a benefit to adults by the use of flavors. Why is there a notice problem in light of the FDA saying things like this?
Because when it's speaking to things like perception, which I think is what an intent, what it's speaking to is suggestions that single point in time surveys and that can speak to that. It's not saying you must do a longitudinal study comparing tobacco flavored against flavored over time and track the users. That doesn't follow from page 88 from what Your Honor just read.
I'm sorry, I'm so totally confused by your point, because the FDA didn't say to you that a longitudinal study was necessary. It would be helpful. It said that from the beginning, repeatedly. It would be helpful if you had these, but you don't have to have it if what you're providing can give enough. And what it said is what you provided wasn't sufficient. So I'm still at a loss as to how that's a change in position.
Well, the reason they say it's not sufficient is because of the new standard that they adopted after the fact.
There is no new standard. The standard was always the statutory standard. The statutory standard says that this is the statute speaking. This is not them. This is not a policy. This is not a guideline. This is the statute says. You have to show that the likelihood that existing users of tobacco products will stop using such products, that adults and hopefully children will stop using these products, and the likelihood that those who do not use the tobacco products will start using such products. So that's the statute speaking. Your evidence has to show that adults need these flavored products to stop using tobacco products, full tobacco products, and that youth won't start using these. And you have to weigh whether the one is going to outweigh the other. That's the statute speaking, not their guidance.
And respondents submitted the evidence that they believed they understood FDA was asking for, and that FDA said it was asking for.
Well, no, they got the evidence. What they said is it just doesn't prove the point. You want us to say it does prove the point, but they never said to you what you're saying, which is it's just that this doesn't show it.
Respondents never understood because FDA never communicated that it was going to be an end-all and be-all litmus test as to whether there was this comparative efficacy evidence, and that's what ultimately happened here. And any other evidence
But that is because the statute makes it the litmus test.
Well, I respectfully disagree.
You're trying to change the statute, but the statute is very clear. Tell us that your product is going to help adults stop smoking cigarettes, and show us that youth is not going to start.
The statute, Your Honor, goes back to my hypothetical I gave previously, which is to show a net benefit of public health. And respondents submitted literature reviews. They submitted ample information that a lot of adults use blueberry flavor and other non-tobacco flavors, and that often the quitting journey is to move away from tobacco or menthol flavors because they don't want to be reminded of the combustible cigarettes. They want to move to these other options to be quit and to stay quit. And that's the type of literature they provided about these.
But if the agency says